So I am a real estate broker in Los Angeles, but I'm also building a national platform of probate agents across the country. One of the really great agents I've met, had a chance to work with and refer, and we closed the deal together, is Fred Dorsey out of the DMV area, right?
Yeah,
DM
yeah, DMV, Montgomery County. Yeah, DMV.
Montgomery County, which is the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia is called the DMV for
Yes.
those of us on the West Coast. Fred Dorsey, thanks for taking time with us today.
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate the invite.
So, Fred, how long have you been doing probate real estate?
I've been doing probate roughly like about 2 years, but I've been licensed since 2005. So what's so crazy about it is I was licensed in 2005, and I went through probate. My mother, my father, and my sister, and I went through divorce. So it was like kind of my first transactions, but I didn't really, pay no attention. Then when I realized what I really wanted to do as far as dealing with buyers and sellers, which one was intriguing to me, and it was more of the probate, where it's more of a you want me to help you or you don't. And I kind of like that approach compared to it's more it's too much hand holding with probate. It's once you get your foot in the door, it's kind of easy where you helping people solve a problem, and there's always a solution. So I just take that road. I like it, and I'm not
Now,
no ambulance chaser.
Now, I met you through my Probate Weekly program. Have you done any other probate coaching, training, other classes you joined in on or meetings you've joined in on regarding to probate specifically?
So I did the probate weekly. I listened to when Chad was doing his thing. I listened to the
Mhm,
podcast. I
mhm.
listened to like maybe like three podcasts. So any coaching, no, not so much, but just pretty much just listening to, different things because my approach is just one of them things. I'm always talking to people. So and then you kind of will figure it out. I mean, I kind of got a bad approach, but just talk to people. And I went through it myself, so I kind of understand the process. It's just some technicalities and things I didn't know, and that's why, yeah, definitely coaching and you gotta learn every day. It just ain't no walk in the park business, or even a niche per se.
Sure. No, it's not. People often ask me, is probate an easy niche? To say it's a lot of things. It isn't easy. I enjoy it. It's profitable if you do it right, but it's not easy. It's
Right.
um, yeah. So what do you do today to help build your probate business to get more listings in probate specifically?
So what I do is I market. I got a newsletter that I do every week. I do a blog. I have a podcast, but I didn't really push it. It's kind of on the shelf, but it's kind of geared towards like my brokerage and dealing with that. So I'm putting that in motion. But I attend like attorney events. I might sponsor like one a quarter. I network with attorneys. My target audience is PRs and attorneys. Like that's my
Mhm,
target audience.
mhm,
And I do mailers. I do direct mail. I got a kind of system that I put in motion. I do the calls and I do like a little bit of door knocking.
mhm,
So it's like a trifecta. And then it's now all making them go in sync. So I got a mailing campaign that I go to PRs. I got a mailing campaign that goes to attorneys. And I got like a ebook and things I give to, executive admins. I mean, they all the same person, PRs, executive admins. And then I'm in the courthouse like once or twice a week just to, kind of see what's happening and, converse with the court clerks and things like that. So I do that like once or twice a week. So that's kind of like my week. And that's kind of what I do for my lead generation and probate business.
got it. Now, we worked on a deal recently that I referred to you closed in Maryland that got referred to me from one of our national partners. I really didn't know you that well. I'd seen you on, I think, my podcast, seen your name. We maybe
Right.
chatted before. But you're able to do a good job. That was a property on Janesdale. Tell me about that property. What was it like when you got I called you up. Usually referrals, the first thing we do is we have to get eyes on the property, get some kind of assessment as to who's living there and the general condition. What was your first impression when you saw the property?
So when I saw the property first, I couldn't get into the property because it was all mold. And then they had to go through Pro because person passed away like 2 years ago. And the Pro had to get in because it was water so high and it was so much mold that it took like maybe a month to get in the property. When I finally met the PR, we met at the property, opened the door, but I didn't go too much in because I didn't have my cover for my mouth. But it was in bad condition. It was like in super bad condition.
Mhm.
The whole house was molded because it had water damage from it might have been like for a year. The water was just sitting there. So I mean, the floors, everything was done. So that house was total. The outside of the structure was great, but the inside had totally redone. From the
Now,
sheet wall, everything had to be redone.
have you dealt with that before with mold at that scale?
Yeah, so I've been in Montgomery County like 6, 7 years now. But when I started my career, I was in Baltimore, and we dealt with a lot of properties that were just exactly like that. And I dealt with a lot of investors, so it wasn't like new to me when I saw it because I knew exactly what needed to be and how it needed to be done. So it wasn't a bad situation.
Now, this property therefore wasn't really suitable for a retail buyer to move in, but was really ideal for an investor to pick up and clean up and bring back to market in better condition, correct?
Correct. Yep, absolutely.
And so here, this is the property after, you sold it, and then the investor did a fix and flip and brought back the market. And here we are, beautiful kitchen, beautiful walls, painted, looks like new cabinets, new floors. So this is in your area, in general, would you say there's not enough inventory? That's the national issue? Is that the same situation in Maryland?
Yeah, correct.
So
Same
here,
across the board.
so here you have a property that goes from being, vacant for a year with water standing in it to a beautiful new property that somebody bought for $779. So really, really brought something to the marketplace that helps the neighborhood, helps the neighbors, helps the city tax code. And then in your case, you got this deal, but we sold it to investors, so it sold pretty quickly, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
We had the market for a
Yep.
short period of time.
Yeah, it sold like for maybe 5 days till title work. It may have been less than a week. It
Yeah.
was about like that time frame.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. Well, good. Well, look, I'm glad it worked out for you, worked out for us, worked out for our customer, most importantly, which was a national company that was serving the personal rep. Personal rep, I think, got the money and he has to be happy with it. And sounds like it worked out well for everybody.
Yes, it did.
Well, good. Well, I look forward to getting some more referrals out in the DMV. Fred, working with you some more. I appreciate your help on this one. Let's do it again sometime, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks so much.
All right.